Welcome back.
Hey everyone.
Welcome to Happy Life Results Book Group.
We are reading the book with the author Stacey McPherson.
And here's the book, Happy Life Results. And we're in section, it's called Pay Attention. And it's in, it's Who's in Charge Here. We did Pay Attention yesterday. I was not paying attention.
But you're obviously in charge.
I am in charge.
Okay, here we go. Who's in charge here? Have you ever compared the subconscious or unconscious parts of us with a young child? It can be a useful comparison when thinking about instinctive behaviors that were instilled from a very young age and our ability to feel, think, act in order to manage them. Okay, so really quick, we're going to take, you probably have heard the inner child or something like that, or thought about, some of the things that we do without thinking about it because it feels natural because we've done it since we were a kid. And then the little thing where it said feel, think, act, that can also be rearranged to where you feel, act, and then think, where you felt something and then you acted on it, but you didn't really know why. And someone asked you, why did you do that? And then you think up a reason. It wasn't the other way around. You didn't think ahead, oh, okay, when this happens, this is how I want to respond to it. It was like you felt, you acted, and then you came up with it. Well, it was because this. So, okay, there we go, right there.
However, just like a bunch of kids at a trampoline gym or park, trampoline gym or park, the processing power of our subconscious child can run circles around the conscious mind adult in the room. The child comparison has uses, of course, but let's consider for a moment. So talking about it's not just the inner child and not just the natural instincts that you got from when you were a child. Another one is the idea that you have a kind of a part of you that's the child part. And so we're going to go into other different examples of what examples people have used. They're kind of like analogies to understand how you're using your conscious and your subconscious together. And some people will refer to their subconscious as the child and then the conscious as the kind of the responsible adult. And so just keep that in mind when we keep going. So do you want to go?
Okay, so if you have ever Googled the difference in processing power between the conscious and subconscious, the conscious ranks a few thousand bits a second traveling at 100 miles per hour, while the subconscious scores over 400 billion bits per second with impulses traveling at 100,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, it's a really big difference.
That's a big difference.
Yeah, and we're going to give you some examples to help you visualize it more. But let's just talk about the conscious mind adult versus the child. So the part about the child analogy that is good is that children do have a ton of energy. It just seems like they have their unlimited energy. They can just run and run and run all day. Like there was a study where a football player had to follow around a 2-year-old all day and he was just exhausted. He couldn't keep up with the 2-year-old. So in that comparison, we're just kind of drawing out some of the elements that apply, that make sense in this like context. And so the energy that a child has, that fits, because we just talked about how the difference in processing power is really big between the conscious and the subconscious. And so just to think about what we're talking about when we say processing power, it's so we talk about speed, but also the amount of information that's being transferred.
Yeah.
So if you think about your nerves, how quickly information travels through your body from your nerves, like we really can't wrap our head around how fast it goes. It is so fast, like moving your toe and feeling your toe, and then it feels instantaneous, but there is a tiny fraction of time that it takes, right, to go through the communication. Plus then think about the amount of communication, the cells that are communicating with each other and the billions and billions of cells, how much information is being transferred. If you thought of them as emails, sending emails cell to cell, how much information is that? And how quickly is it going? So those are just some things I've thought about personally to help understand this.
And as she said, we're going to go and explain it in
Yeah.
more detail.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna give you some really cool examples that I love. So
Yeah.
like, hold on.
So hold on.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.